I would like to remind everyone to watch yourself. That doesn't mean to watch your thoughts. It means protect your thoughts. It means write stuff down with a pen and paper, right? Look at this. Look at this pen, right? This is an incredible invention. If you were to show this to someone 1,000 years ago, right, you just click a goddamn button, right? They'd have a lot of fun with this. You know, you show a fucking medieval scribe this shit, man. Oh, wow. They would do this all day. But again, it's a pen. You can write pretty much at any moment. Maybe in space it's a little difficult, but you can write almost anytime, anywhere. Just bring a pen and paper. A lot of people, they prefer writing in their phones. Phones, by the way, which can be monitored and seized by the government at any time. A lot of people like to use social media as a diary because they don't have a relationship with their inner self. So they create an outer self of which they parade around online and use that outer self as some sort of, I don't know, maybe this isn't the correct word, but a diuretic experience of some kind. I personally don't know if that's necessarily the best thing to do in our society where freedom no longer exists. I don't know if the first thing we should do when we have something to say is to go on Twitter or whatever social media platform and just say it and then hit enter without proofreading it. I don't know if that's an ideal scenario to be in. But what I do know is that the federal government is not going to be able to wirelessly tap my fucking pen and paper when I want to write my own thoughts in my own place of residence. And hey, maybe, just maybe, you could create some sort of mechanism where you can hold your thoughts in a bound, book of some kind. And hell, maybe let's get a little bit more, let's start thinking about stuff. This is what my show is about. It's about being bizarre. It's about being strange. Let's have like some sort of dead man switch where if something happens to me, the federal government wants to, I don't know, look at my belongings and they try to find my diaries. Well, they're in some sort of mechanism and they blow up in a puff of smoke and fire and no one will ever be able to see what I wrote. Very similarly, that is something that happened, at least allegedly happened, with this assassination, so-called. The FBI has released a bunch of information. I don't know how much of it is actually real. They love to use the word facts, but, that word's been thrown through the ringer as of late. That there was apparently a note that was left by this alleged assassin. And this note basically says, I did it. But the note was destroyed. Interesting. Very interesting. So there was a note, a confession, and it somehow magically was destroyed. But everyone wants you to believe that this is the guy who did it. But anyway, that's not what my show is about. My show is about, more importantly, the fact that you need to protect yourself. And more importantly, protect this up here, right here, the brain.